How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back with old-timey beer time. I love me some old-timey beer time. In the form of a Brasserie, a Dupont. It's their Avec les bons Voeux, which is best wishes. Belgian Saison. Yeah. I do not remember the last time I had this beer. It has been years since I've had this beer. Yeah, I was having friends over for dinner yesterday, and I was like, you know what, let me go out and find some dinner beers. And that's the one cool thing about Jersey, is that they're like good beer, especially Belgian beers, have been distributed in Jersey for many years. One of the world's largest beer importers before, like, you know, Shelton Brothers pretty much cornered the market. There's a lot of new school ones that are doing pretty well, but before they cornered the market, one of the biggest ones was in Princeton, New Jersey. This one was actually imported by Vandenberg de Wolf, Cooperstown, New York. So we used to get a lot of Belgians out here in Jersey. Anyway, longer story longer. I went out, and there's like, it's weird because there's like a couple bottle shops I can go to for, like, you know, like fresh cans and all that kind of shit. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, I know like there's like 3 or 4 bottle shops where I'm like, okay, I know these people don't sell any beer at all, and I know they have a bunch of crazy old shit that's been shelf turning up for years. So I went to one of those and picked this one up. I get home, I look it up. It's a 2012 bottle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm 90% sure, because I did a little research just to find out dating code for a Dupont brewing, and if you look down here, it says 12161 on the bottom right there. And from what I found online, they do that kind of Julian dating to where the 12 is the year and 161 is the day. So that means we were talking about a 6-year-old beer, which kind of makes sense if you actually look tilt to the side. It's going to be really hard for you guys to see this, but there's like massive discoloration in the neck where the beer's been sitting over the years. You're not going to be able to see it, I know it. Where the beer is settled, it's kind of stained. Here I am kind of tossing the beer around like an asshole, but you know, it is what it is. I know people get up in arms over that. I can already see floaties kind of floating around in there. So all you super Saison nerds, have at me. But yeah, anyway, we're going to review it. Wow. I already feel the thumbs down for that long intro. Anyway, what else do we have here? Viel, I can't pronounce that. Non-filter. Avec les bons Voeux, I believe, means best wishes. If my, language interpretation skills are doing it right. Actually, it says Les Bons Voeux means best wishes, which is what Brasserie Dupont sends with this very special Saison ale brewed only for the holidays. Redolently aromatic, rich, and velvety. This is ale to toast the season and welcome in the new year. Okay. So by the time I post this, we're going to be closer to Thanksgiving, so it kind of makes sense. And that'd be that. Yeah, it's 9.5% alcohol by volume, and label-wise, it's awesome. You know, it's a Belgian label. It's like throwing through Belgian. You're talking about your green, light-struck, purposeful bottle, cork and cage, the whole nine. So let's just hope this thing ain't corked. And by corked, I mean, you know what I mean? I always forget the goddamn chemical name of cork. Let's see, what is it? Ooh, that beer wanted to come out of this bottle really, really badly. Thank God that was cork and caged. Yeah, I always forget the CTS or something like that when it comes to cork. I forget the chemical name of it, but anyway. We're going to pour it, we're going to drink it, we're going to talk about it. Like I said, I'll give it my asshole pour and get a bunch of cinnamon in there, so all the people out there that have, fap sessions over wicker baskets and lambics and stuff will hate me. So what do we have here? Index finger of a rich, creamy head that actually has this kind of rocky character to it. It's kind of gravity-defying creamy, but it's kind of generating or turning into something a bit rocky. You got a soft, nice haze to her, bit of particulate floating around because I'm a douchebag who pours beers like an asshole. And then, a soft carbonation to it. Yeah, and like I said, that cork wanted to come out of the bottle, but it didn't gush or anything like that. And you might be able to see that, what I'm talking about now, as far as that haze that you get from age that actually stain the bottle itself, so you can tell that sucker's been sitting around for quite a bit. So yeah, it kind of looks like a soft, kind of like like a lighter kind of cider, apple cider kind of thing. Let's see if we can get a nose on her. That sounds pretty fun good, to be perfectly honest with you. There's a nice kind of old aged, to get this with age with a lot of these Saisons, aged caramelness to it. There's not much as far as funk or acidity to it. There's a little bit of rich kind of maltiness to it. Actually, not really getting much, if any, oxidation on those. I don't believe that's even possible, but I'm not getting any kind of wet paper or any kind of mustiness in the nose itself, which is pretty cool. TCA is the cork thing, by the way. Yeah, it's just this nice, soft bittering. Ghost of hops past bittering with a spiciness, like a peppery spiciness, and then that soft kind of caramel to it. It smells really, really welcoming, really tasty. I'm kind of digging where this is going age-wise. I'm just going to dive right in. Cheers. That aged fucking awesome. It's been sitting on some shitty shelf in New Jersey, just shelf turning up like a crazy man. And it's aged fantastically. There's no oxidation in this beer. I'm absolutely fucking beyond flabbergasted that that's the case. No cardboard, no wet paper, none of that stuff going on. There's soft kind of like let me rephrase that. There's purposeful and meaningful oxidation. You're getting that soft caramel, a little bit of dryness. I think but there's none of that overt kind of oxidation. I think it's oxidation from the oxygen that was in the bottle as opposed to oxygen getting in, if that makes any sense. It just has that little bit of oomph, that a little bit of oxidation makes a beer good. So you're getting that soft, rich caramel. It's almost borderlining. It's like a Werther's Original kind of mouthfeel, but caramel, not butterscotch. There's a decent amount of light struck hops in here that sing perfectly to what the beer wants to be. It has a little bit of soft spiciness, while at the same time having a little bit of soft skunkiness to it. The mouthfeel is absolutely perfect. The carbonation is like effervescent. It's amazing how robust and how creamy that carbonation is. It's almost like champagne yeast, but without that overt dryness or champagne taste characteristic to it. This is a really good beer. Oh, they only had one on the goddamn shelf. Damn it. Maybe I'll go back and see if they have more. They might have some in the back. Who knows? This place had old ass bottles. They had like what was it? Lost Abbey bottles from like 2013 and shit. For like almost looks like they were marked down because they've been sitting around for so long. God, I love Jersey. Yeah. Yeah, it's just so easy drinking. It's lost a little bit of its funk. A little bit of its kind of chutzpah. I use that word every now and then when I can't think of what word I want to use. But what it's turned into is a decadent, creamy. I keep going back to that Werther's Original kind of candy thing. Not necessarily because it tastes like butterscotch. Like I said, it's leaning more on a kind of rich, kind of milky caramel kind of thing. But for me, like if you suck on one of those kind of any hard candy, it's pretty much just sweet. It's pretty much just kind of a mixture of your saliva, so it's like a watery sweetness. Werther's Originals have this kind of milky, soft, kind of creamy body to them when you actually, when I eat one. I haven't had one in years, but that texture sticks with you, kind of imprints in your brain. It has that kind of vibe to it. I love this. This is fantastic. I'm beyond flabbergasted. It's just no overt oxidation in this. I don't even see how it's possible. especially sitting on a shelf. It's probably picked up and put down like 19 billion times. God, yeah, I'm a fan. And this is, like I said, you could find these on shelves, but I was just blown away by the date. So, I think it's aged beautifully. Is it what the beer was intended to be when it was originally released? No, but it's 9.5. It's a 10% beer. It's a Belgian beer. In a combination of how it's aged, that soft caramel richness and creaminess to it, while at the same time having that appropriate level of light struckness on the tops to bring that funky portion and part out, so you know you're getting almost like an English ale. You're almost getting like a soft old ale vibe, but with this beautiful carbonation combined with this beautiful kind of light struck level on the way the hops kind of sit. This is what I love about aged beer. This is what I kind of live for when it comes to aged beer. So when I find stuff like this, it just makes me giddy. And sure, if you're not into aged beers, this might not do it for you, but it's doing it for me. And it's my channel, so who would have... wow, what a coincidence. I like it, and it's on my channel. So let's talk about it. I'm done. I mean, there's not a ton of complexity to it. It's rich, creamy, Werther's Original caramel, followed by a beautiful light struck hop, infinite crazy mouthfeel. I think that's it. There's more to it, but there's like a slight earthiness behind it, so that yeast is coming through with a little kind of funkiness, but nothing too crazy. Beautiful beer. And then the lack of oxidation just blows me away. Let's talk about it. Is it one of the better... I don't even want to call it Saison. It comes off more like an aged Belgian triple to me. It's one of the better Belgian beers I've had. It's one of the better aged beers. Let's go there. One of the better aged beers I've had as of late. Yes, without a doubt. Absolutely. One of the best, if not one of the best aged beers I've had directly off a shelf in quite some time. Value and availability. You're going to find a 6-year-old, one of these floating around. What are the chances? I don't know, but I did. And it was $9. All fucking day. If they had 10 of these on the shelf, I would be driving back to this place tomorrow to buy all of them and then start sharing the shit out of them. Because I'd like to see how this ages even further. I'd like to see, instead of 6, maybe 10 years down the road. But I don't think there's much growth left in this. So maybe that's the lesson I get from this. If you have these, if you're aging these, I know some people, do that with these beers every now and then. I do it with every beer, but excuse me. But if you're aging some of these, 6 years might be the pinnacle for this. It might grow into something even better, but man, I don't know. But anyway, if you like aged beers, if you like Belgian triples, because that's kind of where I'm classifying at least what I view it at in my brain. If you like aged Belgians, if you like Belgian triples, if you like aged beer in general, it's definitely worth picking up. Check those dates. You know what I mean? If you could find something that's let's say 3-4 years old, you're only a year and a half, 2 years away from getting this where it is now. So throw them in your cellar, wait a bit, enjoy them. And if you find one that's older than this, send it to me. I will send you money. Or thank yous, or you can just send it to me for, because you're awesome. Because I want to try this at 10 years old. So there you go. Probably way too long of a review, but sometimes I get, sucked into the vortex and a beer plucks at my heartstrings in the right way, and you guys have to suffer through it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Down there, if you want to talk about it, Massive Beers, if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massive, if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice little 6-year-old jammer right now, and hope to see you next time. Cheers.